and like the whole paddy wagon bit. And I'm like, I know, it's crazy to think that I was there. But yes, I was lost in that system. I was so lost. But then something really amazing happened. Okay, and I'm going to take a step back here for a minute, and I'm going to continue that story. I believe, listen, I don't know you guys. I mean, I know a couple of you. I've had the pleasure of getting to know you guys. But I know that every single one of you has a superhero inside you waiting to be discovered. What does that mean? What is this crazy lady with a superhero shirt in front of me? What does that mean? What's she saying? I know that you have this wonderful presence within you, a hero. When we think of superheroes, what do we think of? Do we think of, the comic sense, like the Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman? I mean, I love Wonder Woman. Or do we think of like real life superheroes like Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela? Yeah, getting some head nods. This is good. Right? We love superheroes. Why? Why do we love superheroes? They're exciting, right? They have like these superpowers about them, right? Like I often ask people, if you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be? I would love to fly. I think that'd be really cool. I would like to touch the clouds and fly in the sky. I think that would be amazing, right? Or do we think of superheroes like, police officers, social workers, agencies, maybe our friends, right? Parents. There's so many different types of superheroes, and you get to choose that, right? There's so many different types. I just love superheroes. I often ask people, what is the most powerful superhero story in the world? And we'll get to that piece in a minute. On the opposite side, when we think of superheroes, what do we think of? Villains, maybe? So on the opposite side, I believe everyone has a superhero inside them, but I also believe everyone has an inner villain inside them. What does that mean? Well, when we think of villains, what do we think of? They're mean, they're angry, they're sad, I think they're lost. They can be resentful, right? They can be hurtful because they're in pain, right? They can be jealous, they can be insecure, right? So I believe everyone has that, an inner superhero and an inner villain within us. You see, I was born into a life cycle where my parents' inner villain had more power. They were unaware of the inner superhero. They still had an inner superhero, don't get me wrong. We would go on fun events together. I went into skating. We did some trips together. I got some hugs at home. I saw that side, but their inner villains had more power, and that pain was painful. Right, so this whole workshop I've created, this whole story, is about learning how to deal with your inner villain and other people's inner villains through building and strengthening your inner superhero, which we all have, which is about strengthening your mental well-being, your resilient muscles. It's about strengthening your awareness, your self-awareness, so you can learn how to navigate through your emotions and not allow them to affect you, because emotions come and go. Right? It's about you realizing your own personal power, that no matter what cards you've been dealt, no matter what family you've been born into, no matter what cycle you've been born into, you have the power to play those